Hello, alright, it is Saturday, March 23rd, 2019 at 7:19 p.m. Let's take a look at some headlines. Alright, cruise ship carrying 1,300 passengers forced to evacuate off of Norway. A cruise ship with engine problems sent Mayday call off Norway's western coast on Saturday, then began evacuating its 1,300 passengers and crew amid stormy seas and high winds in a high-risk helicopter rescue operation. The Norwegian newspaper VG said the Viking Sky cruise ship ran into propulsion problems as bad weather hit Norway's coastal regions on Saturday. Police in the western county of Monroe Romsdal said the ship managed to anchor in Hustadvika Bay between western Norwegian cities of Alesund and Tordheim. I feel like I'm talking Lord of the Rings when I'm saying these names. So the evacuation could take place. Rescue teams with helicopters and boats were sent to evacuate the cruise ship under extremely difficult circumstances. Norwegian authorities said they were forced to divert 2 of 5 helicopters, rescuing the crew and passengers to help another ship that experienced a seizure in the storm. They were diverted to assist the 9-person crew of the Haglund-Captain cargo vessel. Both boats were trying to avoid being dashed on the rocky coast. Norwegian public broadcaster NRK said the Viking Sky evacuation was likely to be a slow and dangerous process, and passengers needed to be hoisted from the cruise ship to the 5 available helicopters one by one. By 6 p.m. local time, some 100 people had been rescued. Authorities told NRK that a strong storm with high waves was preventing rescue workers from using lifeboats or other vessels in taking passengers ashore. It is a demanding exercise because they, the passengers, have to hang in air under a helicopter, and that's very, very strong wind. Witnesses or Roar Lank told RNK at the site. According to the cruisemapper.com website, the Viking Sky was on a 12-day trip that began March 14th in the western Norwegian city of Bergen. The ship was visiting the Norwegian town cities of Narvik, Alta, Trosmo, Bodo, and Stavanger before its scheduled arrival Tuesday in the British port of Tilbury on the River Thames. Alright. Hopefully they stay safe and the rescue goes well. Alright. Cyclone Idai. More bodies under floodwater, the UN says. The UN has said the final casualty figure after Cyclone Idai tore through southern Africa more than a week ago, with only will be known once the floodwaters have receded. At least 417 people have now been declared dead in Mozambique, Land and Environmental Minister Clasco Correia has said. The new figures puts the overall death total of around 700 people across Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Malawi. It is expected to rise further. The United Nations Office in the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said on Saturday that the Buzi Zambezi rivers were at risk of breaking their banks again. We're going to have to wait until the floodwaters recede, until we know the full extent of the toll of the people of Mozambique, OCHA coordinator Sebastian Rhodes Stampa said. Thousands remain trapped by the floodwaters, and many of the Mozambican government relief centers have only just started receiving food supplies, more than a week after the storm first struck. Some 1.7 million people are said to be affected across southern Africa, with no electricity or running water in areas where homes have been swept away and roads destroyed by the floods. The International Federation of Red Crescent Societies warned the risk of other outbreaks already the increase in malaria. Ideal made landfall near Beria, a city of 500,000 people, with 106 mile-per-hour winds on March 14th. And workers are slowly delivering relief, but conditions are said to be extremely difficult, with some areas completely inaccessible and helicopters scarce. That is so sad. Please pray for the people of Mozambique and the people in Africa affected by Cyclone Idai, and also pray for the people affected by the Norway cruise ship. Alright guys, this next is basically about Game of Thrones. Not Game of Thrones, I'm sorry, Supernatural. I used to watch a lot of Supernatural and just wanted to give my nod to them because I love the show. I love the show Supernatural, and I think I watched until season 11, and then I stopped watching, so I have to catch up. But I just wanted to give a nod because the Supernatural stars are retiring. The creator reacted to news that the show is ending. They gave a post on March 22nd, 2019. The day Supernatural stars Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki, and Misha Collins announced that the show had an end in sight. Specifically, the actors revealed that the show's upcoming 15th season, which will premiere this fall, will be its last. So I just wanted to give a nod off to them. My boys, Supernatural fandom forever. Anyways, next. Could prescription vegetables be the future of healthcare? The authors of a new study conclude that healthful food, prescriptions in Medicare and Medicaid could be more cost-effective after 5 years than preventative drug measures, encouraging people to eat better. A team of researchers at the Tufts University of Brigham Women's Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts, analyzed the effects of healthful food prescriptions in Medicare and Medicaid. The study, which the Journal of PLOS Medicine published, found that an offsetting the cost of healthful foods by 30% through health insurance would improve health and reduce costs. According to the co-author, said that Medicare and Medicare are the two largest healthcare programs in the U.S., together covering 1 in 3 Americans and accounting for $1 of $4 the entire federal budget. The researchers modeled 2 different scenarios that would play out. Medicare and Medicaid covered 30% of the healthful food processes. In both scenarios, these programs would cover 30% of fruit and vegetable purchases. However, in the second scenario, it would also cover 30% of purchases of whole grains, nuts, seafood, and plant oils. So that's something interesting to think about. Is the future of healthcare prescribing healthy food? Because there's so much unhealthy food going on, and it does affect the health, and that decreases the lifespan. So it's something interesting to think about. Alright guys, also, I'm putting now in the description my donate to support the channel, buy me a cup of coffee, a link here, and then also I'm putting a link to my email, spacerivernews@yahoo.com, so you guys can send me sky, UFO, mysterious sky phenomena pictures, or any mysteries that you find that it's something mysterious, a picture of. You can put your name, the description of the picture, and if you want the place where you found it. Doesn't have to be the city, it could be the state. Alright guys, also follow me at Twitter at @GamerGirlRaider, and over there on Twitter I post a lot about weather, news, and I also post a lot about funny stuff randomly. So if you guys feel like following me, go ahead and do so. I'm going to be leaving that description from now on the bottom of the video so you guys can reach me. Alright guys, hit like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. God bless.